Good times, my fellow humans. If it is not good, then it's about to get better. Welcome to the Be Different podcast. My name is Nekesa Ochieng, and I am glad to have you here. Welcome to another exciting episode of Be Different podcast. I am so excited. I recently met a whole queen, and she's such a vibe, and I had to bring her over for you guys to be able to hear this story. It's very is it exciting? She will let us know, but I just thought it was unique, and she did stand out. So I will let her introduce herself. I'm saying too much. I will let her introduce herself. Karibu.
Asante. Thank you. I'm so happy and honored to be here. I feel really special and really excited.
You're such a darling.
Thank
you. Please
Please
tell us your name, what you do.
Yeah. So my name is Yvette Margaret Wanzuu.
Yeah.
Most people know me as Yvette Wanzuu. Margaret is my late short who I was named after.
Okay.
I am a woman, yes, a lady, a child of God. I'm a mom. I'm also a businesswoman. I am into the hair and beauty industry. I am a podcaster as well. I have a podcast called Walking with Wanzuu.
Yeah.
I am also a wellness and mental health enthusiast and advocate.
Wow.
Yes.
Did you hear all that? I mean, she's such a ball of energy, and she's always like, you're around her. After you leave her, there's just that positive vibe that you get always by the way, Wanzuu, and I really enjoy hanging out with you. So Wanzuu, the reason why I invited you to Be Different is because I thought that your story stood out and you're different.
Yeah.
You're an only child.
Yes, I am.
And you're a mother to one child.
Yes.
So I just wanted you to tell us, from my experience, the people that I have met that are just like only children, or people who were born just two, they always want to have a whole football club in the house.
Yeah.
When that time comes, when they're mothers, they always want to have a whole football club in the house for siblings to play and be friends.
Yes.
So I wanted to find out what's in it for you, like where are you headed or what's the story. So give us your experience of growing up as an only child.
Yes. So, yes, I am an only child to a single mom who's now engaged with, thank God. So my mom had me fresh out of high school when she was waiting to get into college. And so she was navigating getting her diploma and having a newborn and all that. And so, of course, my grandma took care of me for a while as she was finishing school and transitioning into work. And then now, as I was older, at the age of 4, then I went to live with my mom. So then now I became an only child. Being an only child, honestly, has its pros and cons. The pros, of course, you get all your mother's undivided attention. You have no one to grapple over the resources that are in the family with. If it's school fees, it's just yours. If it's a meal, if it's taking you out on the weekends, every resource is allocated to you because it's just you anyway. What else? I mean, it's nice to have all that attention and love and And then the cons, of course, sometimes you feel a bit too smothered. It would be nice to have someone else to share all that attention with. So your parent is always on your case. Where are you going? Who are you with? What are you doing now? I need to know. The other thing is, sometimes there are times when you won't agree with your mom, especially in a single parent family where you're both women at some point, so you tend to have disagreements. It would just be nice to be able to have a sibling to tell, Aki mom today is not, she's not feeling my cup today, she's not, so having siblings to go through that journey with, especially in school when you're picked on, because me in school earlier on I was bullied a lot, and it would be nice to just have a sibling to say, Ebu, don't mess with my sister like that, older or younger, because people can, even younger siblings can be quite feisty. So that was it. And me, I always knew growing up, because I had this idea of how I wanted life to be when I was older. Of course, find a man, get married, really be in love, have babies. I always told my mom, Mimi, I want many babies. I want lots of children.
Did?
I wanted so many children. And I knew I wanted more girls than boys. Because as a mom of girls, I just love how, you can dress your little princess, you can play with her hair, you can do nini. And so I always wanted that. And then, so fresh out of high school, I got Jobo. I was settling down. Then just before I was planning to get into my tertiary education, I found out I was pregnant. 3 months along. No idea. I was just here living it up, doing my thing. And so I kind of sort of stumbled into parenthood.
Okay.
I don't want to say
didn't
it was a
plan for
mistake.
it.
I definitely didn't plan for it. But when you're doing the do, you of course you expect babies. So yes, I got expectant. I got my baby, and parenting took me by storm. It is unexpected.
Okay, wait a minute. You got pregnant when were you still a teenager? Can you say you were a teen
Not
mom,
at
or you
all.
were after?
I was 22.
Oh, wow.
In fact, I was 21.
Yeah,
I
but
was
still
21.
too young.
Too young. Definitely too young, because then I was in a very toxic relationship. I was dating my high school sweetheart. We had been on and off for the longest time. He was in campus, I was in high school. He was discovering new girls out there. I was trying to just stay celibate and act my age. And so we were really on and off for the longest time.
Yeah.
And after I finished high school, he was like, see, we try and do this thing again. So, but we were still very on and off.
Yeah.
And so I started seeing someone else. And the very first time I got intimate with this person is when I conceived.
Wow.
So we hadn't even been dating. I'm not even comfortable saying that we were dating.
Yeah.
We were just seeing each other and seeing where it goes.
Yeah.
And then
It happened.
And so for a while we were seeing each other and trying to define what it was that we were doing, for some reason at some point I just felt I didn't want to be with him. I just felt like he was annoying, like his vibe was off for me, and I just didn't want anything to do with him. And so we separated for a while. And so during that separation is when I discovered I was pregnant. So it's like, now this guy is no longer in the picture. Now look at me, I'm pregnant. I didn't plan for it. But the thing about me is that I'm very solution oriented. So I was just like, what next? How do we prepare for a baby? How do I put structures in place and all that?
Wow.
Yeah.
So let me take you back a little. Growing up. So you've mentioned that there's some time, of course, in school you were a bit lonely.
Yes.
And then there's a part where you and your mom, you were 100% friends.
Yes.
Then 0% friends.
Yeah.
You were just swinging the pendulum to and fro.
Yeah.
So how was it in terms of attachment? Or what I actually wanted to ask was the support system around you.
Yes.
Is your mom also an only child?
Yeah.
Or did you have an extended families, relatives? Were they around?
Yes. So my mom is actually a lastborn. She's a lastborn among 4 siblings. And she's really, really young compared to her siblings, because the gap between her and the second lastborn is 9 years. So she was really an afterthought. Yeah. But the good thing about that is her siblings always see her as the baby. So they were very, very present in my upbringing. It's during the holidays, because she had me at 21. So they're you need to party kidogo kidogo, you need to do your thing, bring the baby over for the weekend. We can be with her. So they really walked her through it, trying to help her transition into motherhood, the breastfeeding, when she needed a babysitter, when she just needed some parenting advice, when she needed to breathe and she needed to put me somewhere. So my family was very, very present, even financially, because being a single parent is hard. You know, there are times when, like me, I went to baby class, then nursery. Then my teacher was like, this girl is too smart. Let's just transition her into class 1. And my mom is there thinking, I need to pay school fees for pre-unit. So now she goes and I remember her telling me, I told your aunt, this girl has been listed for class 1, and me, I don't have money for uniform. I don't have money for anything. And so they were always very present, giving of their time, their love, their resources, and using their children to make me have that sibling effect. So yeah, they were very present.
So you can actually say, are you close with your cousins?
Very, very close.
So your daughter has aunties
and uncles. Yes, she does.
That she sees often. And
she does. One of my, so when I was transitioning, even out of, when now my daughter was growing up, of course they start asking questions. Mommy, where is daddy? And I remember even one of my cousins, who's female actually, was like, "Aye, it's just the word daddy. Let her call me daddy. Me, I'm easy." You know. So she actually calls one of my cousins Baba. Yeah. Of course, she knows this is a lady. She's not my daddy, but it helps her get that feeling. So yeah, they're very, very present, very supportive. Predominantly, I used to hang out with my cousins from my auntie's side a lot. So my mom's sister. So them, we have really, really bonded. So she had her firstborn daughter, then my mom had me, then she had her secondborn daughter. So when I go into that family, we gel really well. It's like we're all sisters. And then there's also my mom's brother, who's the second last born, the wife used to babysit a lot. So when I go into that family, I'm like the last born. So yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's good to know that you actually have a support system around you. And going forward, I just wanted to know whether you're intentional or deliberate about creating the same, the same environment or support system for your daughter now.
Yeah. At first I wasn't, I'll be honest. At first I wasn't. I was like an helicopter mom. I was just hovering around my child, trying to shield her, trying to be her end all and be all. But now, as I go through the journey of parenting, I'm learning and unlearning certain things. Meaning I need to release her into the universe. So allow her to have play dates, create a bit of structure for her to be able to have some male influence in her life, as well as interact with other children. So now I'm very conscious of that. One thing that I'm grateful for, and you being here is, is I really look forward to after church Baptist, where your kids and the other kids from the other parents in life group, they interact and they play, and my daughter really looks forward to that. And I really feel like that's a good space for her, because first of all, we share a lot of values in common in terms of how we parent and how we live our lives. And so now I'm very intentional to allow her or create a space for her where she can interact with other children. So she can also know what it feels like to have other babies around her. Yeah.
That's good.
Yes.
So what are you guys doing generally, starting from, you said your mom is engaged now.
Yes.
How is that going for you people? Have you met?
We have. He actually, my mom, when just before he started courting her, he asked me for permission, because I'm very, so since it's just been me and my mom for the longest time, I'm very protective of my mom.
Okay.
Because I've seen her through illness, through heartache, through loss of jobs, So I'm very protective of my mom. And I remember seeing him, throwing hints here and there. And I remember sitting him down and telling him, let me tell you, you don't think you can come from Scotland and come here and have a summer fling and go and leave my mom, here to hang high and dry. So I need you to be very clear about your intentions. And he told me, I think I'm falling for your mom. I really like her. And I would like to not only form a friendship, but a very serious relationship with her.
Wow.
Hopefully leading to marriage. And so I gave him my blessing, because even me, I needed her to transition, to find love again, to be happy. It took him a lot of grace to be able to navigate through her heart and her boundaries and everything. And now she's definitely not the woman she was 3 years ago, because COVID now ruined the wedding plans and all that. But she's in a happy place, and so am I. He loves us. He treats us like family. He's in love with his granddaughter, who's my daughter, because he has grandsons, and Nema is his first granddaughter. So just except for the fact that he's white and we are African, you could never tell that we are not his children.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's very encouraging.
Yeah.
And you, how you okay? My initial question was that the 3 generations. How are you navigating the lack of the men in your lives?
It's been hard.
Yeah.
So navigating in what sense? In trying to process.
If it's been been trying to reach out to this man, if it's in just accepting that you don't have your father, or you don't have your father there present.
Yes.
Nema doesn't have a father present. Or your mom doesn't have, the husband there. I don't know how that, not the husband, but your father.
Yes.
How that was, how that has been.
Okay. Growing up for me, it was hard. I remember I always was like, Connie, where is daddy? See, other people have their dads and their moms. Where is my dad, And I think because of the experience my mom had, she was very emotional about it, almost even borderline hostile. And so when I brought it up and I saw the hostility, I just chose to dial back. And so when I I decided to give myself space. I finished high school. Then I brought up the conversation. And so there's a lot of stories behind it. But as I was growing up and trying to uncover the truths, last year now I got the entire story. And I managed to meet my dad, to interact with him. And so I spoke to him from a very vulnerable point. I was like, I feel like you've been missing from the picture. I would have loved to be with you. These are the traumas that I'm processing as a result of that. And for me, it's just moving forward. Because the thing about the COVID has taught us is tomorrow is not guaranteed.
Yeah.
So I try to resolve the conflicts that I have every now and then, and just just talk to him from a very cordial point. It's going to take a lot for us to build that relationship.
Yeah.
But what space are we in now? A forgiving space and a more cordial space. And a cordial space.
Okay.
I would say not having a father's love growing up. I always used to seek that male attention in all the wrong places. So I used to find myself being attracted to a lot of bad boys. And now this man is here. He's your boyfriend. You want to make him your dad. You want to make him your boyfriend. You just want to make him your everything you need from a male figure in your life. And that used to bring a lot of conflict. But now, growing up, I became more aware of the traumas that I had, of, the shortcomings I had, even me. And so being very intentional about trying to navigate that and heal and just do better and be better. And so I saw it with my mom. I just saw how society has a very you need a man kind of approach. And so I would see, even if you're going to hospital, the couples would be given a preferential treatment. When in school,
even in some schools,
yes,
they ask, are you guys married? They ask the kids,
yes,
are your parents or something.
And so you could see how teachers, they like low-key snare upon single moms. And I could see that. And so, I mean, she went through it. So here I am. And so for me, I'm just very intentional about my daughter having a father figure. And so my cousins, my male cousins, and even my male friends, there's even one specifically, really comes through. So they would take them on daddy-daughter dates. They would carry them on even babies want to have memories of your daddy carrying you on their shoulders. And so they do that for me. And even me, throughout my life, God has for some reason put men or steered men in my direction who are very fatherly towards me. Some of them even tell me, I don't know why, I just feel like my daughter. I don't know, some even call you my daughter. Because I remember when I got my first teaching job, immediately I walked into the staff room, there was this man calling me my daughter. I never met him, he'd never met me, but he just felt a sense of I just want to be there for this girl from a fatherly kind of point. And so I've always had people, God has brought people my way who filled that gap. Of course, they can't fill it completely, but I've been privileged enough to have that, and I'm grateful.
And I'm happy to hear that you're very intentional about Nema having that kind of love from whatever support systems you've put in place. So have your dreams changed
about the babies?
About having a whole football club. How many do you want to have?
You have no idea. Let me tell you, the way parenting is an extreme sport. Honestly, they really have. They really have, because now I'm very conscious of what parenting takes from you. It's not just the finances, it's the emotions, it's the intentionality, it's you showing up as your best, because babies pick up on vibes. So if you're there, you're functioning at below optimum, you're just zombing through life, they pick up on that. And children don't follow advice, they follow what you do. So me having to do all that for my child, at this point, honestly, I'm just like, one is good. One is enough. Let's do one. And because me, I'm a lover of love. I love love. I love good vibes. I just love the warmth and the niceness that comes with being in love. And so I'm looking forward to, I'm hoping, I'm trusting God for a partner in the future. Hopefully even to be married. And so in the event that I do get married, then I'm open to having just one more to seal the deal, But if I find a partner who's like, I'm getting kwanza, a package. See, we just raise this one, I will be more than happy. Do I see myself having more than two? Honestly, no. But knowing our family and the history of twins, we are just here clenching my fists.
Oh, you do? You have twins?
We have twins, we have triplets. So
These are, is it on your mom's or dad's side?
My mom's side. Okay. On my mom's side. Unfortunately, one of my aunties even conceived twins and she lost them. And in fact, two of my aunties have had twin pregnancies and they've lost them.
And who is their parent a twin? Where does it come
from?
One
of them, their parent was a twin. I think my grandma also, maybe one of my grandmas or something, in their side of the family, they have a history of twins. So I think it's picking up it's catching up with us. So far among all my cousins, we haven't had any episode of multiples yet. But we're waiting to see.
Let me not say the rumors that I hear or that I know. Mara, they say it skips a generation. Mara, they say if it's the mother who's the twin, then the boys, if she's got boys, then it's the boys who would pick that gene. Something like that. Like it goes that way. I also don't know. My mom is also a twin, and we haven't seen, like, all of us haven't. No one has had a twin yet. So we are yet to see.
You never know.
So you never know.
You never know.
Yeah. So thank you, Yvette. Anything that you may want to tell us? I've really enjoyed that. I just wanted to get your perspective of your story, your perspective of just being, an only child. And doing what you're doing. I like the whole wellness vibe. I like the way you're so self-aware. I'm just listening to you and thinking, your mom was right. You're a genius. Or that teacher who made you skip reading was right. You're a genius. And the beauty is, at your age. We've seen other 21-year-olds getting children or getting babies, and we've seen how that goes. It really throws them into a bad space. You told me something about a man first. Tell me about it. You can tell me about it.
So after I got my baby, I was just like, and press pause. This is what happens when you so I post having the baby. First of all, I had really bad postpartum depression because I lost almost 10 kgs in like 3 weeks, and I've never managed to gain those kilos back. So anyone who sees me before I had my baby is like, are you modeling? Like, what's the deal? So so to process that, I decided to take myself out of the dating scene first of all. So I went through my men are trash phase. I will never ever date a guy. I was even thinking, I might just do girls now. I might just become gay. I was like, maybe I'm messing with the wrong gender. And so I went through that phase. And then I started healing, and I started praying. I just got into a very good zone, and I decided to do a man first. So I wasn't seeing anyone. I was celibate for 2 years. I just decided to chill and press pause and define what I want a sexual experience to be for me. Personally, I just have a problem with having sex outside of a commitment. So if it's a long-term relationship, I can consider. If it's marriage, even better. And I always tell my married friends, I wonder what it's like to just be intimate with someone without stress. Is he going to leave me? Will I be pregnant?
You are certified by the government. You are certified by the
God.
church. You are certified by just...
that is what married people do. Enjoy this. And so I look forward to.
I wish you knew. Kwa ground.
And so that was that. So I went through a man first, and then I was slowly. I think it's even like almost when my daughter turned 4 is when now I got back into the dating scene. Mdogo. That's dipping my toes and dipping my whatever and just feeling what it's like. I'll tell you, dating in Nairobi is an extreme sport.
It is, right? Thank you for mentioning that. I just did an episode on blind dates and dating.
I'll go and listen. I know it's
and
hot.
I was just talking about the way I've gone on enough blind dates because I don't even know how people meet people in Nairobi. Like...
Girl, let me tell you, dating apps are real because we are all so busy, and now with COVID, where are you going to meet them? There are no events, there are nothing. So I did that, and now I'm dating, I'm doing what but I'm very protective of my child, of course. So anybody I'm seeing, you have to definitely go past a certain threshold for me to introduce you. So far, everybody I've dated knows I'm a mom. They know I have a child. She's important. She's literally the love of my life, but they haven't met her yet.
Wow.
So once I find that one man who's like, me, I'm here for the long haul. Let's do this. And he proves himself, then I can introduce him to my daughter, and I'll navigate that as we go.
I really love that.
I
can't wait to hear your dating experiences in Nairobi. I actually want to do a whole thing about just being single. And the way you say in your family, the way people are just Yvette, not yet. Bado hujapata mtu?
My friend.
When are we tunasona vitenge lini? But now you see, I actually wanted to do it from like a person who's saved, a Christian, because that is just, it's a prayer item. You're always mentioned in every service.
It's true.
Single ladies, you will get
yeah.
married. Single ladies, you will do this. Single
Yeah.
ladies. But yeah, so yeah, thank you for sharing your story. I'm not
Asante.
thinking of any question that I have right now.
Yes.
But maybe you can tell us your parting shot.
Yeah.
And anything that comes to mind that you feel like you can throw out there, just an encouragement.
Yes.
Yeah. And did you tell us you sell this?
Yes, I sell hair. As you can see, I sell hair. I sell I like to experiment with fashion.
Yeah.
And that's what agents, which is my business, is aimed at doing. When you wake up today and you want blue hair, you throw on that blue hair and you do your thing.
Yeah.
So we sell high quality hair. We sell both synthetic and human hair wigs. We also sell lashes. Caring for your hair underneath your wig is also very important to us. So we sell some products to just be able to moisturize, deep condition, and take care of your hair underneath your wig.
Yeah.
So we are located in the CBD at Sawa Mall, B23 second floor.
Yeah.
We also have a page on Instagram called Agents.
Yeah.
Or you can just reach out to me.
Please follow.
Yes, please
Agents.
follow us.
Yeah.
Follow us. You can reach out to me and tell me I'm trying to navigate the wig scenario, the wig world or whatever. And I'll be more than happy to help you and advise as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what you do with wellness with Wanzuu?
Yes. So I do I realize that a huge part of the human journey, or what it is that we do, stems from being well in your mind, in your heart, in your soul, just being well within yourself, deep down inside. And so I'm very passionate about being in a good mental space. So what I do personally is I identify people close to me or people who I don't even know, and we walk their journeys with them. So you can come to me and tell me, I'm dealing with this, I'm not in a good mental space. We talk, we try and figure out solutions, and I just walk your journey with you.
Okay.
And then when you win, we win with you, we celebrate. When you cry, we cry with you.
Yeah.
And just seeing those people thrive and go through the process and just blossom is that's just the reward for me.
Yeah.
That's just the reward. I like when people are around me, they feel like they're in a safe space where they can talk, they can be themselves, because I'm very big on authenticity. Another thing that I do is I use my own life experiences to be able to share with people. Because adulting is just winging it. I know we all look like we're winning, but actually the way we are struggling,
don't know what we are doing. Are we supposed to are we supposed to be knowing what you're doing? Okay, let's just check it.
So I do through my own life experiences. I share my small stories on my podcast, things that I'm going through at the moment, and also things that I have gone through and emerged victorious over. So I use that to be able to share and just to encourage. So my parting shot, I just want to say, whether you get pregnant at 14, 16, and by the way, if you are in school, please just don't do the do. Put your head where it should be. Eat, sleep, just enjoy yourself. You have no business having sex at a young age.
Getting a child is a whole... No one tells us about parenting.
Honestly,
no one tells us how much it takes away from you.
It takes so much.
No one tells you... Because it's a whole... It's work. It's
a
lot of
it's
work.
A job.
It's not just... Not the work for carrying the baby kwa mgongo. Not the work of feeding the baby. The emotional strength that it takes from you.
It's a lot.
Yeah.
It's a lot. I even say the easy part is carrying the pregnancy. That's easy. You carry this thing for 9 months, you download. After that, you're ndio mkatiko sasa. So I just want to encourage young moms or young girls out there, or even people who are thinking they've finished this journey for parenting, and then you find someone and oops, you're pregnant. It doesn't end there. There's life after that. And just remember, before you are a mom, you are a lady. So don't lose yourself. Don't lose yourself, because that will breed resentment. You'll feel like your baby has stolen something from you. Your dreams are valid. Go at your own pace. Navigate life at your own pace, and be the best version of you that you can be for you and for your baby. And there's no blueprint, there's no right or wrong. Just do what works for you and for your baby, and you'll be fine. And don't be out here making it your mission to find a man to complete your family. You're complete as is. You and your baby, you're a family unit. If God brings someone your way, well and good. If he doesn't, imagine you're winning and you're doing so well all on your own. Yeah.
Both of you are alive.
And don't be
things
bitter.
can always get better.
Yeah, don't be bitter, be positive, and God's got you. God's got you. You have ups and downs because that's what life is all about. But at the end of the day, it's going to be fine.
Thank you for sharing that. I just wanted to find out, do you feel like you and your mom, now that you said you guys were very close, this is, I don't even know why it came to my mind, but the quality of conversations you guys have had, was it open, was it vulnerable, were you guys being authentic, being real? And it
was my mom has always been very open about certain things. The only thing that I say we really tiptoe around was the issue of my paternity. So the issue about my dad, there was a lot there that needed to be unpacked and a lot of healing to be done. But that aside, everything else, she's always been very open about it. Me, I've had conversations at a very young age with my mom for, we have 100 bob. Sasa, what do we buy? We buy sugar, we do this, we do that. So she's always been very open, very genuine, very authentic. And she's just, she's my friend. And now being a mom, I really understand a lot of things I didn't understand about her growing up.
Going through.
I
really love that. Thank you for coming, Yvette.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for being here. I'm so excited.
Asante.
So thank you guys for always listening. It's been a pleasure, and let's keep talking on the socials. Thank you. Bye.
Bye-bye.
It is always a pleasure to have hosted you. Thank you for listening. Follow us on the socials, Instagram and Twitter at BeDifferentKE, at I am Nekesa. Facebook is Nekesa Ochieng. Let's keep talking.